Hello and welcome to episode number 16 of the Pin Podcast, where I like to bring modern topics with a vintage flair. My name is PinUp Miami, and if you haven't been here before, welcome. Please make sure to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, like and comment down below. And if you're listening in on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you're listening to, please make sure to subscribe as well so you could get a new episode every Wednesday. And if you want to follow me on Instagram and find out about new episodes, ask questions to the guest, follow me at the Pin Podcast Official or on my personal at PinUp Miami. Today's episode, I have a very special guest. Her name is Kayla, and she is a founder and maker of the Sew Magical Expo. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited too because her expo is actually this weekend, October 2nd. No, October 2nd and 3rd and 4th, correct?
Yes, correct.
Should know this one.
Yeah.
And what made you, I want to know more about you. Talk about your story and how you came to start this. Like, I think it's great and I love the name. I don't know if that's because it's in Orlando, but let me know. I want to know.
Okay. So I've been sewing since I was little, like 6, 7 years old, and my grandma taught me. So I've always been sewing, and I have this like love for Disney that's a little scary. And like it was always like me and my son's thing, and we would always go. And so I found these Facebook groups where it's like all these same people that all love crafting and sewing and Disney. And then I found a Harry Potter one. It was amazed how big the community was. And it started with the idea to like have a meetup with a bunch of people. And then I really like the idea of helping people learn and helping small businesses. So I was like, okay, well, maybe we could get some like small business vendors to come and people could learn more about them. And then that kind of grew from there, and it turned into a meetup in February to by June, it was a expo. And that was our first year was last year. So this is our second year, and we're super excited. I can't wait.
Oh, and it's at the Gaylord.
Yes, at the Gaylord.
I've never been, but I've heard great things.
It's beautiful. It's like an indoor like greenhouse type situation in the middle. It's like being in a jungle, but with AC.
That's like, I want to be in Florida with AC.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's perfect. And I hear at Christmas time they have beautiful displays up. I don't know if they're going to be up. No, it's too early for that.
It's too early this time. Last year we had them up. They were like just in time. But this year, no. I'll have the fall decorations though, and those are pretty too.
Ooh. So you love Disney. You've loved Disney since you were a little girl, or?
Oh yeah, I've had family that worked there. Back when things weren't so strict, I went behind the scenes all the time when I was a kid. I didn't really like it so much until I became an adult. And then I found Epcot. I mean, hello.
Epcot has changed tremendously.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So tell me about this year. What is different from your first year to this year?
Oh, wow. A ton of stuff. It was such a learning curve, and I learned so much in the first year. And we put out the survey to really make sure that we were getting what people really wanted and what we could do better. So we added a 4th classroom, another day. We added a ton of like different variety of classes. So we added a lot more crafting based ones. We added more topics like Dapper Day and historical costuming, and kind of just like adding more topics that the sewing and crafting community would really be akin to. And then we kind of moved a little bit more away from, we're still magical, but we didn't want to be Disney centric by any means. So we have more topics that span more magical things. And our goal is to just keep growing on that idea. I mean, I want a unicorn class next year for sure. So
it's a unicorn class.
I don't know, but we'll figure out a way to have a unicorn-based class.
That would be awesome. Maybe an embroidery. I've seen people do unicorns for baby onesies.
Oh, that would be so cute.
I'm really looking forward. I have to sign up, but I'm looking forward to the embroidery classes, the in-groups, all these types. That's a craft that I'm really trying to get into.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's addicting though. Let me tell you.
Yes. At the warehouse that I have, they have a 15 needle sewing embroidery machine, and I love making, like, that's how when I host any pinup contest, I make the sashes there. I just make a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, I love it.
And I'm donating the towels that I
yes,
did. I'm going to send to you.
Your vintage tea towels, right?
Yes, I make vintage tea towels that look like they're like old because of the stitching and the design, but they're really cute pinup girls doing like house duties, sexy lingerie. So
yeah, why not, right? Like, it can be cute, it can be fun. Why not?
Yeah, I know I don't want to wear lingerie cleaning, but we'll see it on a towel.
it's the idea behind it, right?
Yes, it's super cute, and I'm also able to put people's names if they want. I sell it on my website in case anyone's interested.
Etsy, right?
I sell it on. I'm actually gonna remove that from Etsy because I want to keep doing baby things on my Etsy.
Yes,
I've noticed that my Etsy does really good with baby items, and then my website for my pinup, MissPinupMiami.com, the shop there is more rockabilly pinup stuff.
Oh,
and
I love
I'm just gonna keep them separate.
Yeah,
I think it keeps it better for moms that are just looking for one thing. Even though I have no kids, somebody asked me, why did I just start selling baby bibs? It was just because my boyfriend's sister was having a baby, and I wanted her to have a Baby Yoda bib, so I just made it for her. People wanted it, so I put it up there, and then I realized, okay, this is a thing.
That's awesome. Who doesn't love Baby Yoda too, by the way?
I love Baby Yoda.
So
and I'm not even a huge Star Wars fan.
He's so cute.
And what was the first thing you started sewing? You said you started sewing, and like, what was your first, like, for me, I've always loved the vintage dresses, but I can never fit in something my size. Yeah. So that's why I started sewing to make my own vision.
Yeah, they don't make clothes for curvy girls. No. Man, I the first thing I started doing was like crocheting, but then I think the first thing I ever sewed up was a stuffed animal for like my baby cousin that was being born. It was like a rabbit. It was horrible. It looked mutated, but I mean, I completed it and I was very proud of myself. But yeah, when I got older, I think it was like maybe a year and a half ago, I was like, I'm going to finally try clothes because I got tired of like, just like you said, like things not fitting the way you want it to. And yeah, now I'm like hooked. I think all my dresses are handmade now. I don't buy them from the store anymore. And then my leggings, same way, like curvy leggings for somebody that's under 5 foot does not exist.
Oh, see, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I've wanted to try to make my own sports bra, but I feel like, I don't know, one day.
I'm scared. That's a goal.
Yeah, I don't really work with elastics. I find that kind of difficult for me. The only elastic I use is for circle skirts, which is one of the classes I'm going to be teaching.
Yes.
Sew Magical Expo.
I can't wait.
And yeah, I decided to do it with elastic, with, stretchy fabric, because a lot of girls, when I did have a small meetup for sewing and crafting before the pandemic, and a lot of the girls wanted to learn how to make their own skirts, but they had a difficulty with zippers. So I was like, something quick enough to do it in an hour at the at the convention, but but easy that everyone could use every day. Like one of the skirts I'm wearing now, it's no zipper, and I made it. It's just elastic.
And they're comfy, right?
And it's super comfy. I wear it to work. You could dress it up with a petticoat if you really want that retro flair.
Oh, yeah.
And I just love it. And I'm so excited to teach it. So
yeah, and it's such a simple starter project, too.
Yes.
Like, if you don't know how to sew, or even if like you don't really have a sewing machine, even there's ways to do a circle skirt with like knit fabric without a sewing machine.
You're right. My first circle skirt I ever did was actually out of felt.
No. Felt in Florida?
Was it felt? It was felt. It was a felty material. I don't remember now. But I remember that it was because it was a really large fabric. I just did the circle because I actually was able to fit it in my size because it was wide enough.
Yeah.
And I didn't even put anything in the waist. I just squished into it since it was kind of flexible. And it worked. And I got so many compliments on it, and I wore it many times. And I didn't care. I was like, I don't care if it's heavy. I'm just going to wear it because it fits.
And it was cute, right?
And it was cute. And then that moved me to like upgrade to more, because then I would find cute fabric and I'd be like, oh, I want to make this. And that's the deal. If you find the cute fabric, then there you go. I see dresses now that are plus size, like for example, pinup girl clothing. I don't know if you know them. Their dresses are kind of like $150 or above.
Yeah,
so it's kind of pricey. You might as well make a one of a kind item for that price.
Heck yeah! If you're gonna spend the money on something that really works for you.
Yes, and that's what got me into it, and that's why when I make something, I just add a little my creativity into it.
Yeah,
which I'm sure with you too.
Oh yeah, like definitely. Like this is one of my dresses that I made recently. And I just like, I don't know. I wanted a downward stripe dress, and you can't find that anymore because, well, I'm short and curvy. So let me look longer and not wider, right? So
yeah, everything is always like this.
Yes. And that doesn't work for most women, right?
No.
So yeah, it's definitely great, like having a skill set. And it's nice that we really try to like get people to understand like sewing does not have to be scary. And you could start with something as simple as a circle skirt and really do like, just like you can make it your own. You can make it retro vibe. You can make it like, modern. You can make it really into anything.
Yeah. Cosplay.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Well, the picture that you used on the flyer I'm also going to be teaching a class of thrifting for Dapper Day. Mm-hmm. And the picture she used is my Dapper Dan inspired outfit that I made. But a lot of people think I made that from scratch. A little trick I did was like I went to Goodwill and I got a vest, and then I just literally sewed the striped fabric onto a vest because I didn't know how to make a vest.
Yeah, I mean, it's so like there's so many ways you could do it. You don't have to start from a pattern.
Yeah,
right.
And then I just like cut out what I wanted the collar to look like and just sewed it on. And it doesn't look good up close, but nobody's gonna if somebody's that close to me. Yeah, they're too close.
And it's all about the pictures anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
for the gram. And then for my button down shirt, all I did was add like a strip of yellows. I just sewed a strip of yellow and put yellow accessories. I hot glued the trimming on my socks, and there you go.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Yeah, so I'm actually taking inspiration from your circle skirts and like your thrifting idea, and they're hidden behind the magic curtain. I'm taking some Disney plastic like shopping bags, and I'm turning them into something for the fashion show. Ooh. I'm not wearing it, but one of my good friends, she challenged me to do it, and I couldn't back down. So
challenges are always good.
Oh yeah. Got me out of my creative like little box.
Yes. Well, today I put up the picture for Hispanic Heritage Month. I wanted to do something out of the box and
love that.
Thank you. I wanted it just came because when I was in college, I was part of the Hispanic Student Association, and I ran their Hispanic Heritage Month because I feel like it's not really as celebrated as every other month. Mm-hmm. And there's so much in between. So I just wanted to do something that was glam, and I never see a plus size girl wearing like a couture-ish gown. And I wanted all the flags on there, and I couldn't find anything that had every flag. So I just said, I'm going to hand paint it and I'm going to sew it. And
that was amazing. When I saw that, I'm like, there's no way. Like, okay, so you did the first like picture, like the sneak peek, and I was like, it's a wedding dress. I saw the white and I'm like, it's a wedding dress. It's gotta be. And then I saw you sewing up. I'm like, okay, what's she gonna do with the flags? I'm really curious. What's coming out of this? Like a wedding dress, like with it was amazing. I love that dress. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I did the veil because I wanted it to be, since a lot of the people came from Spain, so I kept it that Spanish vibe on purpose. And then I even had, well, I'll show a close up, but I had even the little Spanish clips that go on the head, and that's what's on the veil. Yeah, I put a lot of thought into that one, and I was so excited everyone would ask me, why are you doing this and wasting all this time? I'm like, oh, just for me.
Because I want to. And it's
to
fun.
Spread awareness and,
Yeah, and you get to work with your hands and create something.
That's like you with your challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I try to tell people. Once you find like something that you want, consider it a challenge and just work up to it. And then from there, you'll realize you could do more and more. And that's how all my dresses that are like the out there dresses I do, I really try to outdo myself for, just to test myself. Because every dress I do, I've learned something new, which I'm sure you have as well. When you hemmed your first thing, you learned there's an easier way.
Oh my gosh. Every time I sew, I learn something new that I didn't before. And it's like, you don't even have to go to a class to get that. But, taking a couple classes here and there, or even just getting started watching YouTube videos. There's so
That's how I learned.
Yeah. YouTube's my best friend.
Yes. YouTube, you find everything.
Yes, you can.
And how did you, so in the first year of the Sew Magical Expo, how did you come up with the classes? It was just people that came up and wanted to teach, and then from there, or?
Oh gosh, at first, no. Like, nobody wants to do something for something they've never heard of before, right? In the sewing expo community, there's like the big three that go around, and they're huge, like massive. And so they're like, how many people are you gonna have come? I'm like, I don't know. 20, 60, I don't know. We ended up hitting 160 in our first year, which I was blown away with. And it was just amazing. But I had like this list of ideas. And at first we were mostly sewing. I put them down and I was like, I just went online and I went to find anybody that I was already following or inspired by. They'd be like, will you come teach? They go, for what? I go, just come teach people and I'll pay you. Don't worry. And they go, okay, why not? And so we had
like you did with me.
Yeah, exactly. I found you on Instagram and I was like, I need her to teach Dapper Day. I don't care what she does. I want her to teach Dapper Day. And you said yes, which I was shocked about. I'm shocked whenever somebody of like, in my mind, is like celebrity status.
Aw, celebrity status.
Yeah, to me, like you are like, you have such a big following. Everybody just is so sweet and nice on all your like platforms. I found you on YouTube too, got hooked on that. And so I was so excited. But yeah, for the first couple of years, it's going to be mostly me going out. This year, we had a bunch more like people that came last year that already had teaching experience said, oh yeah, like, can I teach next year? And so I actually had to put together an application process because, I had a bad apple or so last year. But, like,
you live and you learn.
Yeah, you live and you learn. You lots of lessons learned. But it's awesome to get such variety of people in different skill sets. I have one teacher who, this is her second year, and she hadn't really been sewing for like more than 5 years and didn't have teaching experience, but she is one of the favorite teachers. And so, because she always has these like really unique tips on, oh, if you want to like really like ruffle this princess skirt, you just pull this one thread and voila, it's magic. And so it's really cool, just the diversity of the people we have coming and teaching and what their backgrounds are. We have a ton of music teachers, surprisingly.
Oh.
I think we have 3 former music teachers.
See, that's what I love about when I saw the layout of the schedule and the classes. It's all types of people, all different skills, and it's just a variety of things. If you want to improve a craft that you have or just learn something new, it's like all levels. I like it. I like it so much, and I'm really humbled that I'm going to teach.
Yes, I can't wait. And I hope you have a blast too, because my goal is not for just the guests to have fun, but the teachers and the vendors too. Everybody like just collaborate and inspire each other. That's all I really want.
I saw this last year and I wanted to go, but I couldn't go up to Orlando. I don't know why, but I couldn't go up to Orlando. So I would have gone last year, but I forgot what it was. I was supposed to go with a girl that cosplays from down here. She has a place up there too. So I was like, oh, we'll go together, but I forgot what it was, but we didn't go.
Yeah.
But I would have been there. But I know something happened. And then that's why when you reached out to me, I said yes right away because I wanted to go.
Yes, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, my goal is at some point in the future to be like one of the Comic-Cons where we have all these people dressed up the entire time. I want everybody to just feel free to come dressed how extravagantly and like anything they've ever made. Just I want to see it all.
Oh, so I could come in a gown?
Yes, we're the ones that you just made too.
Oh, I'll wear that one too. I gotta see how I put that in my car. Takes up my whole backseat.
Oh gosh,
I need to learn that. It's because of the flags. The flags when I painted them, they turned hard. So
it needs room, right?
It like either they don't crack because I put that Scotch Guard on them, but it's kind of stiff, so it takes up. I have a little Fiat, that's why. Maybe I should explain.
See, now next year you can teach a class on how to paint on fabric and make it work.
Yeah, it's the second time I've did it for Dapper Day. Last year I did a Steamboat Willie skirt, and I painted Steamboat Willie in the back.
Oh, how cute!
And that's what inspired me. Well, I follow these guys called the Umbrella Guys on Instagram, and I've met them at Dapper Day, and that was actually really cool when I met them on Dapper Day, and because they were excited to meet me, and I was like, I'm excited to meet you.
It's amazing what social media can like, how it brings us together, and it makes you feel like you know somebody that you've never met before.
Yeah, because I told them that they inspired me to make that Steamboat Willie dress. So shout out to them if they are listening. They're really nice guys. You should have them teach a class. I don't think they live in Orlando, though.
I mean, I have teachers coming from Texas, Missouri, California. Like, we have people that fly in and just to teach.
That's good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And they're repeats, because I followed in the group.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Are you looking forward to any classes?
Oh gosh, like all of them. There's quite a few that I plan on like sneaking into. I got in trouble last year with hubby because he's like, I'm out here like running everything. Where'd you disappear to? I'm like, he walked in and somebody had a 1912 hand crank sewing machine for fun to sew in all her classes because she wanted to be challenged. And so I snuck into the class, and
what a challenge.
She snuck in the class and she let me use her machine. So I like made a pair of Mickey ears last year. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm definitely looking forward to the Dapper Day class. That's like on the top of my list because I was looking for the perfect person to teach it. And when I found you, I'm like, okay, so I'm definitely want to sneak in there.
Oh, the pressure's on.
Yes. The Jedi Robe class.
Oh.
I cannot wait for that one. Merritt's teaching that, and she has a service dog named Teddy who comes.
Teddy,
he's so sweet, and so she works for a cosplay company too now, and she didn't last year, but she does now, and so she's teaching Jedi Robe, and I'm super excited for that. Gosh, I don't know like all of them because I get so excited walking into the classrooms and seeing everybody of all skill levels making the same thing, but they all have their own spin on it, and they all end up looking so different and unique. And then everybody just seems to always be having a blast. They're meeting new people, and I ended up making like a new group of best friends out of it last year that I, like people I don't think I would ever have met if it wasn't for the expo. And it's just so neat walking into the classes and just seeing all the questions being asked and people helping each other. I had like 3 9-year-old girls coincidentally last year who didn't know each other, and they all came. This one girl forced her mom, who had like a 1-year-old with her the entire time, and her grandma to come so that she could go to the expo and like sew because she just learned, and she just made all the things.
It's awesome.
Sorry.
That's okay. And the one thing I'm looking forward to is probably going to be the most random thing that you're not thinking about. I'm looking forward, since everyone's so crafty that is going or wants to be crafty and is going to express themselves, I want to see what kind of masks I see.
Oh my gosh. I already know about a couple that I'm told to keep a secret.
Oh.
But one of them is cosplay-y oriented. Think Egyptian queen.
Ooh.
Yes, and I'm super excited for that one.
I'm excited to see all the types of different masks, fabrics, designs.
Oh yeah.
Sneak peek that you're getting. So it was not a crazy idea I had. I'm wondering, are all these crafty people, they're going to have all these amazing masks.
We even have one of the classes is really unique. Somebody came to me with this idea and I had to put it up, was to upcycle park maps, like Universal and Disney park maps, and turn them into a face mask.
Oh.
And so she's teaching how to like coat the paper and make it more fabric light, and then actually how to sew up a mask. So that one should be really interesting to see, like everybody walking out with park masks afterwards. So you'll get a lot of variety, trust me.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Oh, and make sure that if you guys are in the Orlando area this weekend or anywhere nearby, or you want to drive or fly over to the Gaylord Hotel, make sure to check out the Sew Magical Expo and sign up for the classes before they sell out. Make sure you book your ticket. And I'll be there. You can hang out with me, Kayla. You're not a stranger. You could go to the sewmagicalexpo.com, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And their Instagram is the same, Sew Magical Expo.
And we have this really cool Facebook group where everybody just like talks and chats with each other and asks all the questions. And we do wine and chat on there every Friday. It's a new thing we started to answer all the questions, but also to just hang out and have a drink.
Oh, that's when you went live.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It was our second time. So I'll do another one this Friday. And then next Friday, I'm going to try to go live at the expo. We'll see. We'll try it.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to tune in for that one.
You have to come find me and make an appearance.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Kayla, for coming on the podcast. You just hyped me up even more, and I'm nervous but excited, and I'm ready to teach. So make sure to check out my classes on Dapper Day and Making a Circle Skirt. And then next week, on episode 17, we're gonna have Sarah Docovanay. When we meet her, we're gonna make sure I'm pronouncing that right. She is an opera singer in soprano. Wow. She's an estate jewelry curator and the owner of Songbird Antique Jewelry. We're going to be talking about, if you haven't guessed it, jewelry.
That's going to be so cool. I can't wait for that
exciting. And again, thank you, Kayla, and I will see you all next week.
Bye. Okay. I had a feeling.